It's Thursday, the 12th of May. A very good evening. I'm Salima Shumwefeleni Masipa with tonight's newscast. Before we commence, a massive congratulations to our founding president, Dr. Sam Shafishuna Nujoma, on his 93rd birthday. The Namibia Press Agency recognizes his immense sacrifices and steadfast resolve for the total independence of Namibia. May his birthday be blessed. Also today marks International Nurses Day. We pay tribute to this cohort of professionals who stood and continue to stand firm in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are indebted to your sacrifices. Leading our news bulletin tonight, the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation on Wednesday condemned the killing of Al Jazeera journalist Shireen Abu Akleh, who was fatally shot while covering an Israeli military operation in the West Bank city of Jenin.
Veteran Al Jazeera journalist Shireen Abu Akleh was shot dead by Israeli troops on Wednesday as she covered a riot in Jenin refugee camp in the occupied West Bank, an AFP photographer reported. Al Jazeera and the Palestinian Health Ministry confirmed the death of the 51-year-old Abu Akleh, a prominent figure in the channel's Arabic news service. Executive Director in the ministry, Ambassador Penda Nanda, in a statement said her killing comes days after World Press Freedom Day was celebrated on the 3rd of May, which acted as a reminder to governments of the need to respect their commitment to press and media freedom and in remembrance of journalists who lost their lives in the line of duty. The executive director therefore called on the Israeli authorities to conduct a swift investigation into Abu Akleh's killing and for those responsible to be held accountable. A total of 30 Palestinians and 3 Israeli Arabs have died during the same period, according to an AFP tally, among them perpetrators of attacks and those killed by Israeli security forces in the West Bank operations.
The National Housing Enterprise recently sponsored top-performing students in the field of rural and regional development planning at the 2022 Namibia University of Science and Technology Academic Awards. The sponsorship forms part of a memorandum of understanding signed by the National Housing Enterprise and the Namibia University of Science and Technology in 2017.
NHE Human Capital and Strategy Acting Executive Dapewa Walter told NAMPA on Wednesday the purpose of this agreement is to provide students with internship opportunities in the fields of urban and rural development, to give graduates in training exposure in the fields of architecture, and to reward top performers in the first, second, third, and fourth years of study. Walter stated that this initiative contributes to a better and more skilled workforce for the benefit of Namibian society as a whole.
Moving on to West Africa, Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday ordered all cabinet members seeking election in next year's polls to resign their current appointments immediately. Xinhua brings us the details.
Buhari made the pronouncement during the weekly cabinet meeting which he presided over at the State House in Abuja, the Nigerian capital. According to Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information and Culture, who briefed reporters on the development. Mohammed said the mandate I have from the president is to announce that all members of the Federal Executive Council contesting for elective office must resign their ministerial cabinet appointments on or before Monday the 16th of May. So far, at least 8 members of Buhari's cabinet have publicly declared an interest in seeking elective office in next year's general polls, with 5 of them eyeing the post of president. Last month, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo also formally declared his interest in joining the presidential race. He is, however, statutorily exempted from the president's directive. The vice president was elected and not appointed. Mohammed told reporters, adding that the directive might be subsequently extended to non-cabinet members.
On to European news. NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg earlier today welcomed a decision by Finland's leaders to back joining the alliance and said the eventual membership process would be smooth and swift. More on this story by AFP.
Finnish President Sauli Niinistö and Prime Minister Sanna Marin expressed support for NATO membership in defiance of warnings from Moscow, and a formal statement on joining is expected on Sunday. Stoltenberg said this is a sovereign decision by Finland, which NATO fully respects. Adding, should Finland decide to apply, they would be warmly welcomed into NATO, and the accession process would be smooth and swift. Finland and Sweden have taken steps towards joining the alliance since Western powers began reviewing their security structures in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Kremlin denounced the idea that Finland, its neighbor, would join NATO. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov told reporters the expansion of NATO and the approach of the alliance to their borders does not make the world and the continent more stable and secure. Helsinki insists its decision is not a threat to anyone.
When we return, the Namibia Revenue Agency destroys counterfeit goods. Our top business story this evening. The Namibia Revenue Agency has destroyed counterfeit goods with a street value of more than 5 million Namibian dollars. Here's Xinhua with the details.
NAMRA spokesperson Stephen Dorekade said in a statement on Tuesday evening the counterfeit goods, including clothes, shoes, perfumeries, bags, sanitizers, and electronic devices such as mobile phones, were imported into the country illegally. The statement read, "The importation of counterfeit goods is prohibited in Namibia owing to copyright infringements and in the interest of protecting society," adding NAMRA officials confiscated the goods at different jurisdictions as part of the enhanced enforcement of the applicable domestic and international instruments. Dorekade said the counterfeit goods might be harmful to society as such goods would not have been subjected to the relevant established standards.
The actions by the Namibia Revenue Agency were not welcomed by the Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters Party, as its newest member Michael Amushelelo earlier today took to Chinatown to shut down Chinese businesses.
Hello, how are you? This is original or fake? This one? This one is what? Original or fake? I ask you, what is this? Original or fake? No. No what? So these things fake, we take. Understand? Yeah. Fake products, we take, we go ban. This is not real Havianas. Fake Havianas. So the government is banning fake things. Understand? This fake, everything, we are taker. You understand? All these things, we are going to ban. You understand? Police. You understand that? These things are fake. So, fake things we are going to ban. You understand? Chinatown fake. You sell our fake things here. But you are banning things for Namibians who sell it. So now we also take your things and we go ban. You understand? All the Chinese shops must close. Tell the Chinese all the shops are closing. If you don't want your things to ban, China shop is closing today. You understand? Close, Meme, close. You don't close, I ban. You don't close, I ban. China shop is closing today. Hello? Closer or I ban everything in the day. We are tired now.
Yeah. Let him come and arrest, it's okay. No, but Namibians are not allowed to sell and order their counterfeit products. We are not touching anything. Who touched? Which people? We are closing the gates. That's what we are doing. Fine, call your people, let them come and arrest us. It's fine. Call your people, let them come and arrest us.
Yes, you must not leave me out.
We will bring you more updates on this developing story. On to neighboring Zambia. A government official on Wednesday said Zambia has lifted the suspension of issuance of timber export permits with 55 licenses issued so far. Xinhua once more brings us the details.
John Musimuko, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Green Economy and Environment, said the issuance of the timber export permits, which was suspended in 2017, was lifted last month following an audit of the issuance process. The Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation, the state broadcaster, quoted him as saying the 55 permits were issued out of a total of 93 applications received. He, however, said that under the new system, the Forestry Department will be undertaking inspections to verify that each applicant had timber before an export permit could be issued. Musimuko said reviews and audits conducted by the ministry have revealed that in the past, some people acquired timber export permits even though they did not have the timber to export. The official has since urged applicants for timber export permits to cooperate with Forestry Department officials and allow inspection of their wood, stressing that the inspection will help the department quicken the issuance of permits, establish the source of the timber, and ascertain whether it was legally harvested.
The sports news will follow shortly after the economics roundup and the weather forecast. To tonight's Sports Planet, we commence with local football news. Namibia will on Saturday host the 2021 COSAFA Elective Congress in Windhoek. This was announced by the FIFA Normalization Committee chairperson, Gerson Bisi Oeirab, at the Namibia Football Association on Wednesday. Oeirab, during a press conference, informed the media that the event on the 14th of May 2022 will be attended by CAF President Patrice Motsepe and the organization's General Secretary Veron Mosengo Omba. The Brazilian Football Confederation on Wednesday said the international friendly between Brazil and Argentina, scheduled to be played in Australia next month, has been called off. Brazilian Football Confederation coordinator Juninho Paulista said the match slated for Melbourne Cricket Ground on the 11th of June was cancelled at the request of the Argentine Football Association. The Argentine Football Association was not immediately available for comment. Kindly stand by for your sports roundup. That's all the news we had for you this evening. Thanks for watching. A reminder that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share, and hit the notifications bell to stay posted on the latest happenings locally and globally. Do feel free to interact with us as well in the comment section. From myself, Selima Shimwefeleni Masipa, and the entire production crew, it's good night.